Hello viewers, yes, this is Ranjana ma'am and you are watching mine as well as your channel. And yes, I know the thumbnail says it all, but yet I feel I should be speaking as to which scene I am uploading at this moment. So this is Act 3, Scene 5, and this scene is about the three witches, Shakespeare's use of supernatural again. But before we proceed, you know what's coming. If you have not subscribed to my channel up till now, please do. And don't forget to press the like button. The likes are so few, but your comments say that you all have liked it. So when you watch the video, please do like. It won't cost you anything. But it gives me a satisfaction, a pleasure. So let's start. So it is scene 5, the heath. Remember the barren heath? Thunder, enter three witches. The first three witches which you had seen, or rather which about whom you had read in Act 1, Scene 3, Act 1, Scene 1. First you had seen them in Act 1, Scene 1, and then later, that was the time when they had not met Macbeth. And then later when they meet Macbeth, and this is the third time the witches have been seen. And who comes? Their deity or their goddess of witchcraft, Hecate. She comes. She seems to be quite annoyed. Witch, first witch. Why, how now, Hecate, you look angrily. So the first witch is asking Hecate, what is the matter? You look so angry, you look so annoyed. Have I not reason, beldams as you are, saucy and overbold? How did you dare to trade and traffic with Macbeth in riddles and affairs of death? And I, the mistress of your charms, the close contriver of all harms, was never called to bear my part or show the glory of our art? So did you notice one thing? Hecate is speaking in rhymes. So Hecate seems to be quite angry, and she is telling that don't I have reasons to be angry? Haven't you given me reasons to be angry? You hags, you are so bold, so rude, so insolent. And then she demands of them that how did you dare to handle Macbeth with riddles and instigate him to murders, provoke him to murders, while I, being your deity or your goddess, I am your goddess, I am the mistress of all the magical spells, I am the inventor of all the harms, and you never called me to play my part or to show the tremendous power of our black magic, magical art. So she is annoyed. Why? Because they had not told Hecate anything, they had not taken her permission, they had not invited her while dealing with Macbeth. And which is worse, all you have done hath been for a wayward son, spiteful and wrathful, who, as others do, loves for his own ends, not for you. And another reason why she is annoyed, that all of what you have done is only for the sake of a person who seems to be a wayward person. He is a malicious person, he is full of anger and doesn't like you for your sake. He comes here because of his own selfish motives. Now, but make amends now. Get you gone, and at the pit of Acheron, meet me in the morning. Thither he will come to know his destiny. So Hecate, being the goddess of witchcraft, already knows Macbeth's mind, and she knows that Macbeth is going to come to ask them regarding his future. So she's got this information, she's got this knowledge. So what is she telling these three hags? So she's telling that amend your mistakes, compensate for your mistakes. So go away at this moment and meet me where? In the pit of hell, Acheron, in the pit of hell. Macbeth will come there. Why? To know what future has in store for him. Thither he will come to know his destiny. So that is why she wants that the three witches should meet Hecate in the pit of hell the next morning. Why? Because she is certain that Macbeth is going to come there to know what future has in store for him. Your vessels and your spells provide your charms and everything beside. So she is telling these witches to get ready with their vessels, the magic spells, charms and other necessary things. And what will she do? I am for the air. This night I will spend unto a dismal and fatal end. Great business must be wrought ere noon upon the corner of the moon. There hangs a vaporous drop profound. I'll catch it ere it comes to the ground, and that, distilled by magic slates, shall raise such artificial spirits, actually, sprites it's written, as by the strength of their illusion shall draw him on to his confusion. So she is planning something very wicked. Macbeth is wicked and she is also planning something wicked for him. So what will she do? She'll fly through the air. She will spend the night getting ready to prepare a disastrous and fatal end for Macbeth. Great deeds should be completed before noon. And what else does she want to do? Upon the corner of the moon, there hangs a vaporous drop. So this drop is of great significance. So she wants to catch hold that drop before it falls to the ground. So a vaporous drop at the corner of the moon, before it falls to the ground, she wants to catch it. Why? Because it is of great significance. And this drop, she will distill it with magical arts. And as a result, what will happen? This drop bears great significance, so she will distill it with magical arts and give rise to several apparitions. These are the apparitions Macbeth will see. And these apparitions are ghostly creatures. They will create powerful illusions and draw Macbeth towards his end, as by the strength of their illusion shall draw him onto his confusion. So he will bring him his ruin, or take him towards his ruin. He shall spurn fate, scorn death, and bear his hopes above wisdom, grace and fear. And you all know security is mortal's chiefest enemy. So what are her plans? She knows that these apparitions will give Macbeth a fake hope and it will bring Macbeth's ruin. So how will Macbeth behave after listening to the predictions the next morning? So he will ignore fate. He will scorn death and he will build up all hopes beyond the limits of wisdom, honor and fear. And then she reminds the witches that you know that overconfidence is the main enemy of human beings, is the chiefest enemy of human beings. What? Overconfidence. And then there is a song heard within, so not on the stage, within the stage. Come away, come away. So someone is calling out to Hecate. Hark, I am called. My little spirit, see, sits in a foggy cloud and stays for me. So who is calling Hecate? So Hecate is being called. Her attendant spirit who is sitting in a misty cloud and is waiting for Hecate, this spirit is calling out to her. First witch, let's make haste, she'll soon be back again. So these witches seem to be quite afraid of Hecate. Yeah, it's obvious they have to be afraid. She's the ruling deity, she's their goddess. So the moment she leaves, they get ready to perform whatever she has ordered them to do. So she says, come, let us, first witch says, let us leave immediately because Hecate will return soon. So this is where Act 3, Scene 5 comes to an end. So since Scene 5 is a very short scene, so I will include Scene 6 also in this video. So let's continue with it. So Scene 6, where does Scene 6 take place? Somewhere in Scotland. So in a part of Scotland. And who is the main character in this scene? It's Lennox. Remember Ross and Angus and then Lennox? Enter Lennox and another lord. So two people enter the stage. One is Lennox and another lord. His name is not mentioned here. Lennox, my former speeches have but hit your thoughts, which can interpret further. So that means they have been talking, and he says that what I have said also matches with your line of thinking. So you are free to draw your own conclusions. That means whatever I have said and your line of thinking, they match. So now it's up to you to draw your own conclusions. Only I say things have been strangely born. So he doesn't say anything explicitly. Why? Because everywhere Macbeth's spies are roaming. So someone might hear him and then he will be in trouble. So he says, only I say things have been strangely born. So things have been managed in a very strange manner. The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth. Marry, he was dead. So Macbeth had all sympathy for the noble or gracious Duncan, and by Mary, Duncan was dead. And the right valiant Banquo walked too late, whom you may say, if it please you, flee unscaled. So this is what Macbeth tries to portray, that he had a great love and sympathy and respect for Duncan. And yet Duncan gets killed in Macbeth's castle only. And then Banquo, who was supposed to be a very brave person, and that he should get killed, and the blame put on Fleance. Macbeth has very craftily put on the blame on Fleance. Why? Because Fleance has run away, in the same way as he had blamed Malcolm and Donalbain for the murder of Duncan. So whom you may say, flee and kill, if it please you. That means if you are ready to take this story, then Fleance killed Banquo. That means he doesn't believe in it, that Fleance could have killed his father. For Fleance fled. So why is this news being spread that Fleance killed Banquo? Because Fleance ran away. Fleance ran away because Banquo understood. When Banquo was attacked, he understood Macbeth's plan to do away with him, and that is why he shouted to Fleance to run away, to save his life. And in the same way, Malcolm realized that if my father, the king, is not saved, then how can we be saved? Our lives are in danger, and that is why hastily Malcolm and Donalbain also left Scotland. So, men must not walk too late, who cannot want the thoughts, how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donalbain to kill their gracious father. So the death of Banquo indicates that men should remain within their house during late hours of the night. They should not remain outdoors. And who cannot want the thoughts, how monstrous it was. So I told you about Malcolm and Donalbain, and Lennox is also referring to that. He says that who can not think that it was really cruel of Malcolm and Donalbain to kill their noble father. damned fact, how it did grieve Macbeth. Did he not straight in pious rage the two delinquents tear, that were the slaves of drink and thrall of sleep? So, in a fit of rage, out of his loyalty towards the king, didn't Macbeth go and attack and kill the two drunken guards? Was not nobly done? Didn't he do his job nobly? He had great love for Duncan, and how did he show it? By going and immediately in a fit of rage going and killing the two drunken guards. So didn't he carry out his job so nobly? That means he carried out his job in a very noble manner. Why actually Macbeth didn't want that the guard should speak anything which might prove to be dangerous. He did not want that the guard should open their mouth. They might say, oh, we don't remember anything, we were badly drunk, so we don't remember anything. And then the blame might fall on Macbeth and the hostess, because it was their house. So was not that nobly done? And wisely too. So that was handled in a very noble and wise manner. For it would have angered any heart alive to hear the men denied. So what did he do wisely? The killing of the two guards. Why? Because any man who heard that the guards denying the accusation of regicide or killing of the king. So the guards would deny killing of the king, and this would make anyone angry. So Macbeth managed everything very cleverly. So that I say he has borne all things well. So I have nothing more to say but that he has managed everything very well. The killing of Duncan, the killing of Banquo, putting the blames on Malcolm and Donalbain, putting the blames on Fleance. So he has managed everything wonderfully. And I do think that had he Duncan's sons under his key, and it please heaven he shall not, they should find what it were to kill a father. So should Fleance. So he says that I'm certain, Lennox is certain, that if Macbeth had got hold of Duncan's son, I thank the heavens that he won't. He won't get the sons of Duncan in his hands. But if only he had got the sons of Duncan in his hand, what would he have done? He would have taught them what it is to kill a father. He would have given them a punishment for killing their father. And even Fleance would have learnt his lesson in the same way. That means if Macbeth had got hold of Malcolm, Donalbain or Fleance, he would have eliminated all of them. But peace, for from broad words and cause he failed, his presence at the tyrant's feast I hear, Macduff lives in disgrace. Sir, can you tell where he bestows himself? And then he says, let's not talk any more on this, because he has heard news that Macduff, the Thane of Fife, he had refused to attend the banquet hosted by Macbeth, and as such he is in the bad books of Macbeth. He lives in disgrace. And then Lennox asked the Lord, where is Macduff at present? The son of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the due of birth, lives in the English court and is received of the most pious Edward with such grace that the malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high respect. Thither Macbeth is gone to pray the holy king upon his aid, to wake Northumberland and warlike Seward, that by the help of these with him above, to ratify the work, we may again give to our tables meat, sleep to our nights, free from our feasts and banquets blood knives, do faithful homage and receive free honours, all which we pine for now. And this report hath so exasperated the king that he prepares for some attempt for war. So, what does this lord inform Lennox? He says that the son of Duncan, he refers to Malcolm. Remember, Malcolm had gone to England, and I think Donalbain had run away to Ireland. So the son of Duncan, from whom Macbeth holds the throne away. That means Macbeth is the usurper, and he has usurped the throne which rightfully belongs to Malcolm. On the death of Duncan, it is natural that his eldest son should succeed to the throne. But since Malcolm ran away in fear, Macbeth, he feels his way has been cleared, and he usurps the throne and sits on it. So, due of birth, who's Malcolm's due of birth? So, where is Malcolm living at present? He is living in the English court. And the King Edward is a holy king. He was known as Edward the healer and all that. He had divine powers, King Edward. So, Malcolm has gone there and he has been received well by the holy king, with such grace that the malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high respect. So, King Edward receives Malcolm with such open arms, with such hospitality, that Malcolm's misfortunes have been a bit reduced on account of the honor that King Edward has shown him. There Macduff has gone. Why has he gone there? There Macduff has gone to request the king, to pray to the holy king upon his aid, to request the holy king to help them, to wake Northumberland. So, to call up. Here wake doesn't mean that Northumberland is sleeping and to wake him up. To call him up. Wake Northumberland and warlike Seward. So, Seward is actually a relation also of Malcolm. So, the Earl of Northumberland and Seward. So, Seward is supposed to be a very brave noble. Very brave noble. A great fighter. So, warlike Seward. That by the help of these, Northumberland, Seward, getting their help, and of course God's blessings with him above to ratify the work. So he wishes, Macduff wishes that the king should help him and also call up Northumberland and Seward, and also with God above to sanction the deed, sanction the deal. Of what? Of this joint venture to go and attack Scotland and drive away the tyrant from the throne, dethrone Macbeth, and put Malcolm to his rightful position. Appoint Malcolm as the king. This is why Macduff has gone to England. So, what will happen if Malcolm returns and Macbeth is removed, he is dethroned? This will happen. We may again give to our tables meat. That means we can eat our food peacefully. Sleep to our nights, sleep peacefully without being afraid or without being disturbed. Free from the feasts and banquets' bloody knives. And not only that, free from the fear of being murdered during the banquets. This is what had happened to Banquo. Banquo had been murdered on his way towards Macbeth's castle. So these fear, we will be free from them if Malcolm becomes the king. Do faithful homage and receive free honors. Yeah, pay our loyal respects to the real king and also receive honors from him, which we miss now. We want it desperately now, but we don't have it. What? We are unable to show our loyalty, respect towards the king. Why? Because this tyrant is seated in the throne. And we can also get rewarded for the good work we'll do. Macbeth doesn't reward anyone. He is rather always suspicious and always trying to find out whom to kill. So Scotland is in a state of anarchy. You cannot sleep peacefully, you cannot eat peacefully, you are always afraid that you might be attacked by murderers who might slay you. So he wishes that if Malcolm is made the king, then these things will automatically, the peace will come back to Scotland. And for this report had so exasperated the king. So hearing this report of Macduff going to England to bring back Malcolm and also to get the help of the English king, Macduff has gone to England, and this report has made Macbeth so angry that he is getting ready for a war. Why? Because he has heard that Macduff has gone to ask for help to dethrone him. This has made Macbeth so angry that he is already getting ready for war. Lennox, sent he to Macduff? Did he send for Macduff? He did, and with an absolute, "Sir, not I." The cloudy messenger turns me his back and hums, as he would say, "You'll rude the time that clogs me with this answer." So Lennox wanted to know if Macbeth had called Macduff, if he had sent for Macduff. So the Lord says, yes, Macbeth had called Macduff. But what message did Macduff send through the messenger? Macduff had he had refused to go and attend on Macbeth and had sent an answer through a messenger. So the messenger, when he heard the refusal coming from Macduff, what did he comment? He commented something. So he turned his back. The messenger turned his back and in a voice barely audible, so murmured, "You will repent for sending me back with this answer." What answer did Macduff give? "Sir, not I." That means, "Sir, I am not going." So the messenger, he speaks in undertones. After having turned his back, he speaks in undertones that you will repent for the answer you have sent through me. Yeah, he did repent. Why? Because Macbeth stormed the castle of Macduff in his absence and killed his whole family. Lennox, and that well might advise him to a caution. To hold what distance his wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of England and unfold his message ere he come, that a swift blessing may soon return to this our suffering country under a hand accursed. So Lennox, he is worried about the safety of Macduff. So he says that the warning which the messenger had given before he left, this might advise Macduff to take some caution and keep himself at a safe distance away from Macbeth. And then he is praying that some holy angel may go to the court of England and deliver the message of Macduff before Macduff reaches England. So this is what Lennox wishes as a friend. That means before Macduff reaches England, this is the reason why Macduff is heading towards England. He has already left Scotland and he is heading towards England. So this is the reason why he wants help from the king. He wants Malcolm back to Scotland. He wants to dethrone Macbeth. He wants Malcolm to sit on the throne. So that is why Lennox says that he just wishes that some angel may go and send the message of Macduff before he himself reaches England, because they don't have much time to lose. That a swift blessing may soon return to this our suffering country under a hand accursed. So that let the angel go and deliver the message to the English king, so that God will bless our suffering country under this accursed hand. Whose hand is being referred to here? Macbeth's hand. Lord, I'll send my prayers with him. So I'll send my prayers with Macduff. So they all wish him good. They all wish that Macduff should safely reach the English court and deliver whatever he has to deliver, all that message he has to deliver to the English king. Actually, it's not a message. Actually, it is his proposal, or rather a request to the king. King of England, gracious Edward, please help us. And since the crown prince, the real crown prince, is there seated in England only, the king has received him very well. So Macduff wants the help of the Earl of Northumberland and warlike Seward and the English king in their struggle against the tyrant. So this is where this scene comes to an end. So I think I have tried my best to explain to you as simply, as lucidly as possible. So have a nice time ahead, and also don't forget your studies and don't forget to comment. Bye.